My name is Roger Stack and I'm managing the department's Internet Intranet project. This video is an update on progress to replace the department's current intranet by the end of the year. As you may have noticed, the department's public internet site was updated a few weeks ago and work on that is still continuing. The department's Internet and Intranet Advisory Group is now focusing on replacing the staff intranet by the 24th of December. Over the last couple of months, the group has sought feedback from a diverse range of staff on their use of the current internet and suggestions for improvement. It became apparent that there are three types of staff users for the current intranet. One group use it frequently and know where to find everything. A second larger group come to it infrequently and find the layout confusing and the search function not as effective as it could be. A third group usually rely on bookmarks to particular pages or forms or documents and don't browse the intranet at all. Over the last few weeks, discussion around possible structure and design for the new staff intranet have focused on three areas. The first is to provide an organisational chart that you can browse, a kind of graphical who's who that shows where the business units are, what they do, and who you can contact. A second consideration in designing the new intranet was to focus on purpose and audience. For example, if a teacher is going to travel, how do they find the travel form and procedures if they don't know which business unit to contact? The third area recognises that many business units and project teams use online sites for sharing documents, project management, online calendars and so on. How do we integrate these into the new intranet? There are many business units, programs and initiatives that operate across the divisions in the department, and they all use secure online spaces. If we take a look at one of these, curriculum services, we can see that there are a number of pages on the internet for public access, staff pages on the intranet, and then some team sites and workspaces. Documents are stored in the document center and learning resources through the VLE and the Equella repository. Master documents sit on RIMS or ODrive. There are national learning resources through Scootle, and there's also use of some cloud services such as YouTube. So in discussion with business units, a common structure has emerged that would meet most needs. Some web pages on the intranet, team site, documents would be stored in the document center, and professional learning resources for staff in the VLE. In summary then, the new department intranet would encompass team and project sites, would link with the VLE, and would enable integration with cloud services such as YouTube. For staff in schools, we also need to consider the relationship between the DOE intranet and school intranets and websites. So that's all been about the underlying structure. As far as the look of the new intranet goes, this is the version that the Internet Advisory Group is currently considering. In response to overwhelming user feedback, we have reduced the amount of text on the front page. So the Help and Login To sections are actually where they always were, but are now more obvious. The latest updates have been moved from the middle of the page, and there are now some menus across the top of the page and a promotional space for department staff. The promotional banner will rotate through a number of images, probably 6 to 8, and they will be clickable for further information. The first three menu options at the top of the page will provide an overview of the department. Who we are will provide an organisational overview, what we do, an operational overview, and the third menu option will provide an overview of new programs and initiatives. The last three menu options are all about finding particular resources, publications, documents, procedures, forms and so on. The last one, team sites, provides access to particular team sites that you have been given access to. Let's have a brief look at each of the menu options. Who we are is the organisational overview. Ignore the colours, and there won't be abbreviations, so this is just a concept mocked up on this PowerPoint. If you move your mouse over the organisational units, you'll see a brief explanation of what they do and contact information such as phone and email. The left-hand menu is dynamic and will follow you as you browse the intranet. If I select the Human Resources button, it will jump immediately to that page, and the left-hand menu will adapt to show all of the pages in that area. Obviously this is just a mock-up at the moment, so it's not showing all of HR. Consistent feedback from staff has indicated the need for a much easier access to help documentation and support. These will appear on the right-hand side of pages. The second menu option at the top, What We Do, provides an overview of the services provided by business units across the department. It won't be a complete list, but by clicking on any of those items, you'll be taken to the pages for that business unit, and on the left-hand side, that menu will always show all of the other pages for that business unit. The third menu option will show new programs and initiatives that business units and divisions have chosen to highlight to all staff. Clicking on those will either take you to a new website or to a page within the current intranet. The fourth menu option, Resources and Publications, will display information sheets, official publications from the department, and also the quick links which exist on the current intranet. On the top right hand side is a help video and help PDF with a contact. To get a sense of how you'll be able to view documents, if I switch to the internet page currently and go to the Documents A to Z, that brings up categories of documents. So if you're interested in an A to Z of policies, then you just click on Policy and you'll be able to browse down. So coming back to the intranet, the fact sheets box and the publications box will operate in the same way. You'll be able to view A to Z for HR documents or curriculum documents. The second last menu option, Policies and Forms, will display an A to Z of policies, procedures and forms. Based on feedback on use of the current intranet, this is likely to be one of the most commonly accessed pages. And the last option, My Team Sites, will automatically show you any online workspaces that you belong to. And that concludes this update. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email them to marketing@education.tas.gov.au.